Hey guys, my name is Saurabh and today we are going to solve an interesting problem whose name is chef and street food. Its code is STFOOD. Difficulty level for this problem is Cakewalk. So let's move to our problem statement. So this is our problem statement. In Chefland, there is a very famous street, okay, where n types of street food, one throw n are offered. Okay, means n type of street foods are there. For each valid I, there are SI stores. So S means stores. Okay, offer by the ith type. Now price of one piece of food of this type is vi means value, si means number of stores, vi means value, n are types. Okay, and each day pi people come to buy it. So pi is people. Okay, each of these people wants to buy one piece of food of the ith type. Now chef is planning to open a new store at this street where he would offer food of one of these n types. Okay, chef assumes that the people who wants to buy the type of food he has offered will split equally among all these stores that offer it. It means that if you have 10 persons come for that particular type of food. Okay, so if we have that particular type of food, suppose that SI means suppose that ith. So ith food, SI will give us number of stores. So suppose that there are S stores, and VI is the cost of one item of food. So VI is cost. We can write this as a V. Okay, so if P people came for that ith food and there are S stores, so this store will simply divide by S. So if persons are 10 and stores are 3, means 3 person per store. And here we can see that P by S, and this is floor value, means if we have 12 persons and 5 stores, then our answer is simply 2 point something, 2.4. Okay, but we will take 2, means 2 persons per store. Okay, now let's check for input. Now you can see that this is input. The first line of input contains T, as usual, the number of test cases. Now first line of each test case contain a single integer n. Okay, now you can see that 2 and this is 3, and this 3 is number of means types of food. Okay, the n lines follows for each I. The ith of these lines contains 3 space separated integers si, pi and vi. S for number of stores. Okay, number of stores, and that pi is how many persons are visiting there. Pi, people visiting there, and vi is the cost of one piece. Cost of one piece. And chef wants to open a store. Wants to open a store. Okay. So suppose if we have just think about a particular store and particular people and particular cost. So just suppose there are S stores and P peoples visiting there, and vi is the cost. Suppose that chef wants to open a store, then how many stores will be there after opening this store? So the number of stores will be incremented by 1, so S equal to S plus 1. Now we have suppose that S dash. Now we have S dash stores and P person, and vi is the value. So first of all we need to divide these persons to these stores. So simply P floor division and then S dash. So this is the number of persons per store. Person per store. One person will buy one piece, so vi is the cost, or suppose v is the cost. So our answer will be P divided by S dash into V. Okay, if he opens a store of a particular type and there are n choices, now chef can open any of these stores. Now let's check which of these stores gives him maximum profit. So this is our example. Now let's check for this. This 2 is for number of test cases. Now this 3 is choices, means there are 3 types of food, first, second and third. Okay, these 3 are 3 lines, just S and E and V. Now let's check for 468 and then 266 and then 143. Okay. If SEPs open a store of this type, then let's check his profit. So S will be 4 plus 1 means there will be 5 stores. 6 people means 6 divided by 5 means 1 people per store. And the value is 8. So 1 into 8. Answer will be 8 for this case. If SEP wants to open this type of store, then store will be 3. 3 divided by 6 is 2 and 2 into 6 is 12. If SEP wants to open this type of store, then store will be 2. There are 4 persons, so 4 divided by 2 means 2 persons per store and 2 into 3 means total 6 profit. So which is the maximum profit? This. So 12 is the maximum profit. So you can see that 12 is the answer. Now let's check for this store. So stores are 7. Means there is only one type of food. Stores are 7 and persons are 7 and value is 4. So let's check. If SEPs open a store of this type, then store will be 7 plus 1 8. Now 8 stores, 7 persons and 4 value. So how many persons per store? So 7 divided by 8. It's 0. Means no person will go to any store. So 0 is the answer here. Now let's multiply this 0 with 4. So profit will be 0. So you can see that our answer is 0. So now we know the logic part. Let's code this. So first of all, we will take t as input. So t int input. This is for number of test cases. Now run a loop. So for underscore in range t. Every time we will take how many values? Okay, this is n. So every time we will take n as input. So n equal to int input. If we have to take n as input, then we need to run a loop for underscore in range n. As you can see that this is 3, so you can see that 3 lines of input 1 2 3 and every line contains 3 values. Okay, so every time we need to take 3 values as input, s, and second one is person and third one is value. So just take in form of map in input dot script. Now let's take profit equal to 0 in the starting. Just take as pro. And every time we need to check if SEP opens a store of this type, then S will be S plus 1. Okay. Now number of persons will be P divided by S. So P flow division S. Now profit will be profit in this case. Now just take temp profit. Temp profit will be value into number of persons. And just check this value with our profit, means our global profit. If this temp profit is greater than our profit, means PRO. So let's update this PRO. So PRO equal to temp profit. Okay. So this is the code. Now let's minimize this code. So just P by S. Just write here P divided by S. Okay, and okay, just write pro is equal to max of pro comma this value. So this max function is doing the same thing. Means pro is equal to maximum of initial pro and the new pro that came. Now let's run on these test cases. So our answer will be 12 and 0. Okay, we didn't print our pro, so simply print. So our answer is 12 and 0. Now let's submit this. Okay, so this is our Python solution. Now let's move to our C++ part. Okay, so this is C++. Now let's take int t as number of test cases void t minus minus. Every time we will take n as an input. So just take int n and just take 3 values. P comma. Now just take 3 values. First one is S means store comma P comma value. Okay, every time we will take n as an input, so cin and just run a loop while n minus minus. Okay, every time we will take 3 inputs, so cin, first one is s, second one is p, and third one is v. Okay, now we have 3 inputs, and here take a profit pro. Just take pro equal to 0 here. Just take a variable current profit, current pro. So current pro is equal to, first of all, s plus 1 divide by this p divide by and the floor value. For this floor value we need to include math. We have to include p math. Just take floor values. Okay, so now multiply this floor value with v. If this p pro is greater than our pro, so update our pro. So pro is equal to c pro. Okay, now let's, after this while loop, let's print this. So c out pro and then index. So this is our C++ code. Now let's run this. Okay, this is n and this will be c in and then v. So you can see that 12 and 0. Now let's submit this code. Here you can see that our solution is submitted. Now let's check for some error codes. So this is our first error code. Now this is in Python 3.6. So n is for numbers. Now max profit. So he has taken a list and he is appending his answer. And in the last he is simply printing max of these values. But the problem here is this input part, because the input part is s comma p comma v, not s comma v comma p. As you can see here, okay, s comma p comma v. But in this case, the solution has been written in form of s comma v comma p. So that's wrong part here. Now let's check for other solution. So this is also in Python 3.6. Now same mistake has been done by this person too. Like you can see that data of 2 divide by, okay, and there is one more mistake. This should be like this, means floor division. Okay, and this is data 2 and this is data 0. So data 0 and data 1 and data 2. So data 0 will be S, data 1 will be P, and data 2 will be V. So we need to data 1 divide by data 0 plus 1, okay, and then multiply this with data 2. Okay. So this is the wrong part here. So this was our today's video. If you like the video, then kindly like and share as much as you can. And if you have any query in your mind, then kindly post it on our YouTube channel. And the most important thing is that kindly subscribe our YouTube channel, and we will meet in our next video.